Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions, episode number 486. My name is Chris Ferricchio, and I am here with Jason A. Striker.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Jeff Chorney.
What up?
And Travis Baum.
Well, hello.
It's been a short time this time around. We recorded on Sunday. It's now Thursday, so it's only been a few days. But anything new with you guys?
Nope.
I played more Monster Hunter.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay, sorry.
Anything outside of
hold
games.
on. Are you feeling all right then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
making sure.
That's the you said that was the what was the word you used
His
for
comfort.
It was therapy. It was
therapy game,
Yeah.
right.
I'm still in therapy. Things are going great. You know, I'm on the 5th step of Monster Hunter denial.
Monster Hunter denial? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jason,
we're
can I recommend what just started about 30 minutes ago, which is professional NFL football?
No, you cannot. I know way better.
That's right.
That's
Making
right.
us more depressed.
Life has meaning.
Oh,
once
no, it
again,
doesn't.
boys.
No, it doesn't.
I got Travis
it's
Kelce
fleeting.
on my fantasy team, baby. I wonder how this is gonna go.
You're gonna get Taylor Swift concerts. That's
right. That's right.
Concert ticks.
But any news on you guys? Any interesting things going on this week?
No.
I got a little something. I have a problem.
What you got,
I have a
Chris?
problem.
What's up?
I might have I went out of the kind of went overboard on some accessories recently.
Really?
But
Talk to me.
I mean, the good thing is that I didn't spend a lot because I had like Best Buy Reward Zone points all stored up, so I didn't.
It's
spend
basically
a ton.
free.
Not necessarily free. I did pay some, but
Yeah.
well, first of all, let's go put this out there. Like we're recording on Thursday. Tomorrow, Astrobot comes out, and also that Astrobot controller comes out, and I ordered that sucker. So that's supposed to be here tomorrow.
As did
I was getting a little tired of running out of space on my PS5, so I kind of went overboard on that.
Yes.
I found a 4 terabyte Samsung 990
There you go.
open box at Best Buy.
Oh, got a little
And
discount.
I got lots of discount. I ended up paying about $100 for that after all was said and done.
Holy shit.
That's really damn good.
Yeah. I was pretty proud of that one after all was said. 4 terabytes. So, waiting for that. Eventually, that PS5 Pro is going to come out, and I know I'm going to end up getting that. And then I'll take the 4 out, and I'll put it back in the Pro, and then I'll take my old 1 terabyte back out, and I'll put it back in the regular one. And speaking of the Pro, I don't know if you guys have thought about the PS5 Pro at all. I have, because I lost my PS4 Pro to a lightning strike. So there is an empty spot in my living room entertainment center, which my regular PS5 would go to when the Pro came out. But I am anticipating that the Pro will come out, and this is just my personal prediction, at $500, but with no disk drive. So, and I think it'll be a surprise, man. I think it'll be only one. I mean, maybe I could be wrong, but I'm kind of guessing that's where they're going to end up. About $500, no disk drive, and there won't be a disk drive option. That's what I'm anticipating. So because of that, I also bought the Blu-ray drive for the Slim.
How much? You bought this. Okay,
I bought the Blu-ray drive for the Slim just in case. It's not opened, so it's still just like sitting in the box. And that's another thing that I just threw points at, so I didn't actually pay for it. So if it comes out and I'm right and I need a drive, it's there, and I'm not worried about them selling out all over the place. And if I was wrong and they do make a Blu-ray system, and I can go buy the Blu-ray system and return the drive, and I'm not worried about it.
How much is a PS5 there now, regular?
It's 500. Yeah, the one with the drive is 500, and the digital edition is 450.
Gotcha.
And that's a conversation we definitely had, because they did the Slim thing, and they didn't reduce the price, and actually they increased the price of the Slim of the digital model, which I think is bullshit.
The convenience of going all digital, Chris.
Yeah, the convenience. So there's a little bit of I'm not bitter though. I'm not bitter. But yeah, that's kind of I kind of went on a little bit of an accessories journey, and I gotta admit that it's nice to not have to worry about deleting games to get other games on. So that feels good.
I think I added 1 or 2 terabytes to my PS5, and to be honest, like I have trouble filling up that drive. It's like I tend to keep things a little neat, a little tidy. Like if it's something that I haven't played in a year or more, then I actually delete it so I don't have to see the icon, so I can actually go through stuff quicker. But
yeah, you guys are you guys have better willpower than I do.
Too much icons.
I kind of go through it and all, and I'm like, I might go back to that and just keep going.
I get the paralysis. Like I'm like, what do I want to play in like the drought time? And then I just see all of those games, and I'm just like,
and they stare you in the face. They you're like, oh, you haven't played me in 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't beaten me yet.
I bet you I'm not updated. I bet you I'm not. How about you?
Well, you can probably just play me right now. Auto update.
Auto update never fucking works.
Do you guys do? No, it doesn't. I don't know what's going on with that. It's like unless it's a game you're actively playing all the time, it's like for some reason auto update doesn't work. Do you guys play PS4 games on your PS5?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you do that out off the SSD, or do you do it off of a USB drive?
Off the external drive. I've got a 2 terabyte external.
I just do it on the SSD.
Okay. Cool. Just curious.
And I've got stuff like automatically downloading to there because I've had no issues loading shit. So you should be fine.
Yeah, it's actually pretty fast. Yeah, like I like the PS4. I've had an external SSD hooked up for PS4 games since day one. But I was just curious to know what you guys were doing. So, but yeah, good stuff. That's it for me. It's just a little bit of a accessories journey there.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be mad because I pre-ordered that Astro Bot. I'm not getting the game, but I pre-ordered the controller.
Jesus.
And
you're not getting the game?
No, I don't think so. I'm not really into platformers anymore. I don't know what it is.
But it's Astro Bot,
dude. I know, but it was
holy shit.
It's Mario, dude. You got to get Wonder, and then I played 5 levels. And I'm like, it just doesn't do it for me anymore.
It's just you and me, Jason. It's just you and me, man. It's just you and me.
I'll get it when it's on sale or something, but I don't think
I saw a review of it, and there was a comment that he went back to and said, for those that are asking, the reason it's not a 10 is because it doesn't go up to Mario Galaxy and Mario Odyssey standards. And I'm like, if that's what you're calling a 10, I'm quite fine with you making this a 9. Like if it's that high of a level that you're kind of rating this at, I'm good with that.
Yeah. It's not Mario. It's a 9 because it's not Mario.
Not Mario.
That's right. Basically. It doesn't say Nintendo on the package.
It was Nintendo 10. No, who said this?
I don't remember. It might have been IGN.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have said the name. Gotcha.
But I don't disagree. Like in my opinion, like the 3D platformers, it's like Mario Odyssey, Mario Galaxy, and then everything else. Like that's kind of the way I feel about it. So
I hear you.
Like, even like Super Mario Land and shit like that, like whatever, or Super Mario 3D Land. It's like it's just Odyssey, Galaxy, and everything else.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Cool. Anyway, what about games we're playing? What are you guys up to this week?
I can go first this time. It's still a little bit more Monster Hunter. I switched over to my Xbox save because I realized that one was right at the cusp of getting into Sunbreak shit. And I never did it before because I stopped playing before Sunbreak came out on that version anyway. So now I'm officially into Sunbreak. That's going well.
That's not a cross save at all?
No, it does not. So I've leveled up 3 different accounts up to almost Sunbreak levels, which is holy shit.
You might have a problem.
A lot.
You don't have a problem. You just need lots of therapy. That's what it is. Right?
It's exactly. I'm working on the problem.
That's right.
With problems.
Now Rise was a big game to begin with. How much did Sunbreak add, like percentage wise? Because I didn't really get into Sunbreak.
I don't know yet. Like I haven't. It's your typical like master rank or G rank stuff. So it's not nearly as meaty as the first game, and it's definitely end game shit. So it's not like you're getting any kind of ramp up. You're just thrown in the thick of shit. So it's not nearly as long, but as far as content is concerned, but it's that replayability that keeps you coming back, and that's where the hours just drift away. So
nice.
Monster Hunter rules. I like that series.
It's pretty
but
great.
I did play some new shit. Bakeru for the Switch and PC. This originally came out on the Switch last year in Japan with this tremendously long Japanese name that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. But now they've shortened it to Bakeru. You play as this Tanuki dude who can shapeshift into like a human, and that's actually your main playing form. You can transform into other animals, like short ones or whatever, to help you traverse the level or get into small spaces. This is a 3D platformer with a light bit of combat involved, but it's got a really, really nice like charm to it, and animation and just like look to it.
This is the one you were talking about on Discord, where you guys were actually bringing up, like, what is it, Mystical Ninja? Yeah, Goemon, Mystical Ninja. Yeah,
so a lot of the developers
very similar.
A lot of the developers from that like series and that game in particular have moved on to a company called Good Smile, which has a pretty good relationship with Nintendo, and they did this game as well as
Good Feel.
Yes, Good Feel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I just happen to be looking at it on Steam. That's the only reason I said that.
Yep, I fucked it up. But yeah, it's like I said, it's got heart and charm, and it's just fucking whimsical. I love it because it's so much fun. Yeah, it's just nice to say. When you're playing like super tough games all the time and or just like grinding in Monster Hunter, this is it's a fresh
this
thing.
is kind of adorable, man. It's really cool looking. I like very
I
stylistic.
dig it a lot.
I like it. Yeah, good stuff.
But don't get the Switch version. As it turns
don't
out,
get the Switch version.
Doesn't run very well. Yeah. Which is a huge bummer, like in comparison to the PC version, which runs at an uncapped frame rate, anti-aliasing all the hell. It looks phenomenal. It looks great. Not to say that the Switch version like is garbage. Like it runs at 30, maybe sub 30 sometimes. But it's just not as good as you get on PC, dude.
Yeah, of course.
By looking at it, just like the graphical fidelity of the game, like it's kind of shocking that it would struggle so much on the Switch.
Yep. But it's because it's a dense game, like there's a lot of like draw distance and such. And there's a lot to render there. I think even aside from, aside from the very limited graphical prowess or whatever that they're putting forth.
I think sometimes we forget like how old the technology in the Switch is.
Switch is old as fuck.
Switch is old as fuck. Like the Switch is it's somewhere between PS3 and PS4 era. It's not even to the PS4 level, right? So
no, I think isn't it like a tablet like from like
before I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's let's see, the Wii was at essentially the PS2 level because it was a GameCube, right? So it was that generation. So they were a generation behind.
Much more powerful than a Wii U, like in terms of like what it can do.
No, I agree with you there, and I kind of put the Wii U on the same like pedestal as like the PS3 or slightly above. So that's kind of why at least that's what I thought. I don't actually know from a statistics perspective where it would land.
I mean,
but it's old. It's old as fuck. It's kind of
sure.
Yeah. It definitely does.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some shit on there that I still am like, how the fuck is that on there? Like The Witcher's on there. Like how?
Yeah.
It might not be a great port, but it's still on there. Doom's on there.
You can beat it, I guess.
Yeah.
LA Noir's on there. You can catch
LA Noir is on there. Yeah.
But no, I implore you guys go check it out. There's a demo on the Switch. If you want to just check it out.
If there's a demo, definitely check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it. So
do you have both versions or just the Switch version?
I ended up getting both. I fucked up. I bought the Switch version without knowing that it came out on PC because it just came out on the Switch over in Japan, which is what I was familiar with. So I immediately bought it on there when it released. And yeah, once I saw it side by side, I'm like, oh shit. All right. And I guess I'm $30 deeper now. But it is what it is.
I'll do that shit, man.
Yeah. There was a mistake.
So we wouldn't be like real gamers if we didn't like double dip on stuff by accident or when we didn't need to. It just
on
happens.
purpose.
Or just completely on purpose.
Purpose makes sense. The other two, we just all do it.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have 3 versions of like fucking Monster Hunter and Rise and
every Street Fighter and
yeah.
I don't have like 8 different versions of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I don't know what you're talking about.
Neither do I. Oh my god, no. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, Space Marine 2.
This is what I want to hear about.
If you're feeling frisky and you got some extra bucks, maybe $20 extra to throw at, $30 extra, you can play it right now if you wanted to. Otherwise, if you want to play it, just on natural, you can wait a few days. But I plunked down the extra $30, and I'm playing it on Steam, and it is fantastic looking. It is extremely immersive right out of the gate, and it's like as soon as you see a skyline and you look up and you just see swarms upon swarms of enemies that are not necessarily coming towards you, but it's not a skybox. You know what I mean? Like these are actual 3D models that are flying off in the distance there, and it's kind of scary to think about.
Dude, I'm scared of how the console versions run because
I wonder.
I pre-ordered. Well, I didn't. I pre-ordered it today. I was looking like a couple weeks ago. I was like, okay, I'm interested, and then they didn't have the gold edition anywhere. They're sold out everywhere for pre-order, like for everything. So I'm like, well, I can just wait till Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then today I was like, I just happened to, they had one in stock at Best Buy online. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to get it. And then every review has all been PC and there's been nothing with the console ones. And I'm like, that kind of scares me a bit. It should arrive tomorrow. So
usually that's kind of indicative of what the quality might be, but what was it recently?
Wukong, Wukong I was worried about. That's fine. Yeah, it's not perfect by any means, but it's definitely playable and good enough. As long as it's that, I'm cool with it. And I've had people who I know who have it said it runs fine, just like a couple like little small discs, but they've only played like the tutorial mission or whatever. And that's all that I've played so far. Yep. Yeah. So. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Those reviews sold me on it. I'm like, okay, it's not quite what I thought it was. I thought it was strictly going to be a games as a service. It's not.
Same here.
So.
Yeah, you told me that. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm done. No, I'm not going to deal with this. But yeah, come to find out that there's like 3 different pillars to this game. You know, and I would love to play it co-op with you guys. That would be fucking
cross-platform, man.
Yep.
So,
that's
always a good plus.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was when does it come out?
Technically today.
Early access today, yeah. Otherwise Tuesday?
Tuesday? Yeah.
Monday or Tuesday.
40K Space
I think is Astrobot tomorrow, Chris, or is it next week?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow,
I think, right?
I believe.
Well, tonight or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Releases.
Actually I might still have I do. So release date on Friday, September 6th.
The 6th?
So I have it in my cart at Best Buy. I haven't actually bought it yet either, but I think I'm going to. So it looks pretty great.
Yeah, I love the shit out of the first Space Marine. That was a good ass time for.
I didn't play a ton of it, but what I did play of it, I had a lot of fun with. Yeah,
that came out a while back,
dude.
The 360
area
didn't have like a lot of enemies on screen. Touted a lot of enemies on screen at once and stuff like that. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yep. A lot of.
I think Jason actually gifted me that on Steam because that was right when I got my PC. It was one of the first games I played on my PC. I think.
Dude, it's very much in line with Evil West. Like it's that kind of caliber game, where it's
just
very straightforward, a little repetitive, but it's just a video game, and it does it well so far.
I love that description.
I love those games sometimes. It's just like perfect palate cleansers. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
The campaign's only like 10 to 12 hours long, and it's not like overly ridiculously hard or anything. I'm like, perfect. Yeah. And multiplayer. If I want to play co-op, I can play co-op.
Mm-hmm.
And cross-platform.
It's like Gears without the cover shooting.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. Same like camera, yeah. That's what the first one I remember being like too.
Oh, the first one was great.
I'm all for it.
Chomping through stuff with your chainsaw, and it was great. Oh, it's fun. That's what video games should be. Damn it. All right, who else is playing stuff?
Good stuff.
I mean, we can talk about. Well, let's talk about Wukong first, just because we'll probably have more Star Wars to talk about after that. And Travis has almost done it, I think.
Sure, I've almost done it. I've almost done the Wukong.
Nice.
So you're.
Dude,
yeah, I'm at the end. I'm at the end, about 40 hours deep. I at the end of the day, man, I can't recommend this game more. It is.
Well, then don't. Okay, just don't.
All right. No, it is. It's a stellar game, man. I really, 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 really enjoy my time with it. I am a little sad that I am so close to the end that it's going to be going away. Even though I am kind of glad to be putting away a hard game and taking a break. Maybe I should jump onto that Astrobot or something because
or Bakeru.
That'll be a good palate cleanser.
I'm just starting to just go a little bit stir crazy with the uber difficult games. I need like Jeff said, like that palate cleanser, something to really wash the slate clean. And Astrobot might do it. Astrobot might do it, but I'm excited to be almost done. This final boss is a prick and a half, but we're getting through it, man. We're getting through it.
How's the mental state been? Peaks and valleys, or just like kind of even feel?
Did you play Monster Hunter anytime soon, or?
No, I'm not in any immediate need for Monster Hunter. I am excited about that new Monster Hunter. It looks good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going back to Worlds anytime soon.
Okay.
But
I think I'm just gonna push my way through it. I think my backlog is just fucking growing with shit that I didn't plan on buying. Wukong being one of them, but it's like fuck. The last boss I beat was that spider lady girl.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 4.
You got a little bit of a ways to go.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm not gonna do all the side stuff. I've decided that I'm just gonna go see if I can beat it.
It's about a 35-hour game. I think 30 to 35 hours if you don't do any of the side stuff. You just try to beeline it straight through. You can probably beat it even faster. But yeah, I just hit the 40-hour threshold and I am done with all the side stuff and on the final boss. So yeah, I would say
what my hour count is.
35 to 40 is pretty accurate.
No, I just don't know where I am. I have no idea if I'm like 25 hours or 30 hours or
if you.
I gotta be at the end of chapter. What chapter am I on? 4? Chapter 4. Chapter 3? No, I don't even know because I remember the one chapter I'm on just keeps going.
Don't you?
You can if you want to.
Yeah.
Only if you want to. You go back if you you miss something or if you want to do some of the side shit that Travis is talking about.
Yeah, that's the beauty part, man. There really is no missing anything in this game. I love how they set that up, and I think From Software could take notes because I don't mind being able in a FromSoft game to be able to lose progress. Okay, I failed this quest and I need to try it again on another playthrough. But I don't mind that on paper, but it is it's nice and refreshing to play a game that even if you beat it, you can beat the final boss, they will revert you back to the beginning of the final boss fight just so you can go back and do all the side stuff and beat the game again so you can get the true ending without having to go into New Game Plus. They're very, very lenient on what you're able to go back and do and just flat out not locking you out of quests or rewards or anything like that. Game Science did a really, really strong job with that aspect of the game. It could have been very easy for them to up the replay value and make items and abilities and spells missable. But no, not the case. Not the case. I commend them for it. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about the game. It's fantastic. It's up there in some of the best Souls-likes in the in the genre. Even as I play more and more, you get more of the God of War. Even you get a little bit of the Final Fantasy. Towards the end of the game, you get more of a Final Fantasy 16 feel for the game. And really enjoyed the highs that the game has taken me on and everything like that. So hopefully this time next week I will be done and I can say that I've completed it and done all the secret stuff. hopefully, because this last boss is kind of a bitch. And I would not be surprised if I was still stuck on him this time next week. Would not be surprised.
Yeah, it scares me.
We'll keep plugging away, boys. We'll keep plugging away.
I believe in you.
Me too. Good stuff.
Anything else? No.
Just Star Wars.
Just Star Wars. Game of the year.
No, I'm not feeling that, man.
How far are we all? Temperature check.
I'm still very early. Like you guys are well past me. I'm still not to the second planet. Like I'm still on the first one, but I've gotten to a lot of the orbit stuff and things like that. But I'm still pretty damn early. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm pretty deep into the game. I am kind of taking everything planet by planet. I don't know if you guys are playing everything the same way. I'm definitely not jumping and mixing and matching my planets. I'm trying to knock all that I can out of my planet before I move on to the next. And I've done that for the most part. Most quests and most side quests, I do all of those. And then like the intel missions, I'll do some of the intel missions here and there. But just overall, it's still just a passable game. Like it's nothing about my opinion last week is going to change this week. It's just it's an unremarkable game
with a very strong license on it.
With a very, very strong license on it, and Jeff nailed it. Like that license does a lot of
head shoulders are hurting, for sure.
I'm 100% with you after getting a bit further. It's not, as I said, it's not a bad game at all, right? In my opinion, it's a serviceable game, but it's one that I probably would not play if it wasn't Star Wars. I'll say it that way. And I think Jeff, you said that last week, right? And
pretty much.
There's a lot of things that I feel like they can do better, and mainly the faction stuff. Like I know we talked about it a bit before, and in Discord.
Dude, and I did a fucking mission that. Okay, we're getting onto Jeff's bitchin' boat for a second here.
Come aboard,
it's my
Jeff's
favorite boat.
Jeff's
my favorite boat.
So I did a mission the other day where it was for I can't remember who it was for, but I was basically supposed to fuck over the Crimson Dawn. So I fuck over. I'm supposed to rescue this Crimson Dawn person from some prison. I go in there. I do rescue her, but on the way you collect some list that she wants. So of course that's when the game gives you the the thing the game does is, do you want to do it for this faction or for this faction? Which one do you want to go? And I picked the one against the Crimson Dawn because at this point I've already gotten all the rewards from maxing out Crimson Dawn, so I wanted to get like the hut up now because I want all those rewards. So I'm like, I'm doing that. So she gets so pissed at me. She's like, what the hell? And Kay's like, well, I'm still rescuing you. I'm still doing my job. And she's like, yeah, well, that list is really important, blah, blah, blah. You're untrustworthy, whatever, all this other shit. That cutscene ends. And literally right when it goes to like back to the gameplay camera, the same character, the Crimson Dawn character goes, okay, if you want any more work, come visit me in the what's it called. I'm like, you just ring me out for fucking you guys over.
At least leave and let me talk to you later,
And then be like, hey, I've had time to think about it. We really need somebody to do this. Like literally right away. It's like, hey, come get me in a cantina if you want some more contracts or whatever. I'm just like, oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah. I did. There was a particular mission for the Pikes that it's it's not a story mission, but it's like a big mission where he actually calls you to him, and you have to go and find someone who's trying to betray him, and it does the same thing. You can either side with the Pikes or side with the Crimson Dawn, and I didn't realize it was going to do that when I got there, so I ended up, because I'm trying to max out Crimson Dawn, trying to do what Jeff's doing right now, to be honest. I'm trying to max out Crimson Dawn before I focus on anything else, because it's like, get the gear, then I don't give a shit, right? So, but as soon as I tried to complete that mission, it lowered my faction rating with Crimson Dawn, and I was like, all right, go back to my scum save. Like I feel like you know, I didn't feel so bad doing scum saves in Baldur's Gate, but this one it feels weird. It's like that was a bad decision an hour ago, so let me go back to that. You know,
that's yeah. I mean,
and that's really what it is.
crazy
It's like 30 minutes ago I made this yeah,
because it is pretty easy to build it back up. Like you just go into the reputation screen and it'll literally list where you have jobs for those specific factions, so you can get it back up there pretty quick. It's just more of an annoyance, really. I've turned around the game a little bit. Like I can say I'm really enjoying it. It's still just like a good game and nothing more. But the more when I feel like I'm like, okay, this is starting to feel good, then it just throws something else at me that I'm like, why is it doing
shooting?
this? Like what? Shooting, did you say?
Shooting.
Yeah. Yeah, they needed a cover system in that game. That's just yeah.
The cover. There's not really cover. Like you get down behind cover, but you don't.
Kind of a stealth game, right? Like
but it's not like a cover system like Gears or Uncharted has.
It's not press a button to stick to cover. There's one of those. It's like the active cover system where like she'll like naturally place her hand on the wall and that's in cover
and always stay ducked
really
behind
know if
whatever's
you're
there.
Hiding or not. It's kind of like ambiguous. You're like, am I cover? I don't know.
I would think that they would have nailed that. Okay.
I don't have a problem with that, to be honest with you. Like I think they do okay with that. So like it is not a cover shooter, but it's good about like coming out of cover when you're trying to shoot something. It's not. That's fine. You're not like right up against You're not right up against cover like you would be in Gears or
I just mean more for the stealth aspect. It's hard to tell if they can see you or not because you're like, am I actually in cover here? Whereas those games do have the button context thing to do it, but you know that you're in cover. Like sometimes you'll like I just today before this I had a mission where there's a guy saw me behind cover, so I'm like, hey, whatever. He came around. I took him out, strangled him, or shocked him. I shocked him with my taser thing that I just unlocked. And then there's 3 dudes by a exploding canister. So I make Nyx blow up the exploding canister. So I think I'm still behind cover, and I am. The thing blows up. They should all be dead. They're not. One of them drops. The other 2 go, huh? What was that? And then immediately go back to where they were standing. Like not even an inch. They didn't even move an inch. And then they went back to like normal. So I'm like, okay, I'm safe to go out here. And then I might move my character just a little bit, and one of those characters saw me. Mm-hmm. And like, it's just little things like that.
The sight lines are very inconsistent. So while I haven't had the issue with cover, when I am trying to stealth through an area, I often will use Nyx to go and attack someone and essentially distract the guard, right, or whatever, however you do it. When you're taking on 2 guys, you distract the one that's further away. It draws the attention of the one that's closer to you, so his back is to you, so you can go up and you can hit him, right?
Yeah.
That works about 50-50 for me at this point, because when I get close to them,
2 people. When there's 3 people, 4, that's when it kind of
I don't mess with it at that point. I got to figure out another way.
You just do the Ubisoft thing. You just keep whistling them one at a time because they only come over one at a time.
They only come over one at a time. Yeah. But for some reason, when Nyx is attacking one guy and I try and sneak up behind the other one, like 50-50, the other one will see me before I get to him.
I started just taking my thumb off the movement stick, the left analog stick, and just waiting for that prompt to come up. That's what I do now because of that exact same issue. It's like sometimes I'll just punch them and then it causes shit. I will say they do give you some better things later on to deal with those immediate, like if they sound the alarm, the mission's over. Because once you have Nyx and he can trap the alarms, that makes that a lot easier. Just make sure you do that first, and it's so much more easier to clear out a room before they trigger the alarm and like mission over, which is nice.
Yeah, and I'll say this, like what I ended up doing is like I started trying to do some of the faction missions, and like it was either. There was one that you did in space where you had to pick up a bunch of stuff and then get to a spot and you only had like a minute and a half or whatever, and your ship's not even fast enough to get there. So that was annoying. So I ended up putting that on the back burner, right? Yeah. And then there's always ones that it's like, this one wants you to go piss off this faction. This one wants you to go piss off this faction. So I was like, fuck it, I'm doing story missions. And I did one of the missions where you sneak into one of the Imperial bases. And that's when I was starting to have a lot of fun, because
those missions are good. The story missions seem pretty good.
Yeah, I don't give a shit if the Imperials like me or not. Like, fuck them, right? So, but yeah, that's where it starts to get good for me. And I've gotten to, so there was in the first planet, there's the base that's to the north that has the giant like 8 radar dish. Cleared that place almost entirely out. Then was there for a mission. I got the mission objective. There were 4 treasures, and I'm like, fuck it, let's get the treasures. And I took everybody out, and I was just like sneaking around getting all the shit. But that's the thing. That's what I said early on. It's like that's why this game is going to take me about 50% longer to finish than it will for you guys, because I'm so fucking meticulous with that kind of stuff.
I stopped doing that shit, man. Yeah. I think I told you guys in the Discord. I stopped doing some of this, like the lower side. I'll do the contract missions and the story missions and like the important side stuff. But after I had that, it's happened twice now where, like you just said, you took out that whole thing, got all the treasures, and then it's going to happen. You're going to get another random side mission or a side quest that's going to send you right back there again. Yep. And the thing that you had to get is going to be in the exact same position you had to get it before. It's just going to be called something different. And that's when I was like, oh, okay, I'm not doing this if it's going to be like that. Like Assassin's Creed 1 did that. And I'm like, it made me fall off that game so quick. So I'm like, you know what? I'm sticking to this shit. And it's been better. It's been a lot more tolerable. But it's a good game. No, I do actually like it.
No, and that's the thing. It's like this is all pet peeve stuff, and
it's because we know how much better it could have been. Like this could have been like the like scoundrel, like scavenger Star Wars game that we wanted. They've had the Jedi ones, they've had the Starfighter ones, they've had the TIE Fighter ones. Now they just need this, and like it was supposed to be 1313 or wherever the heck that was. That game forever ago, and then. That's what we all thought we were getting, and we were hoping we would get. And it just isn't that. I don't think it's going to end up being that.
And that's the thing. It's like, I want to be clear. I'm not necessarily disappointed with this game, but I just feel like it could have hit so much harder. That's really the thing. But I'm still enjoying it, and I'm still going to play it as try and get through it.
I'm not dreading playing it. I'm not being like, oh, I just want to finish this now. It's like I'm going to do a couple missions.
I'm just dreading faction missions. Like, fuck those right now. I'm just going to. I'm not even going to bother with them. It's like missions, the side missions, the expert intel stuff, and the main missions. I'm just going to focus on those for now. Yeah,
just do that, man. Don't even the side stuff doesn't even get you that great shit unless it's like an important one. Like a lot of the good upgrades and stuff you get through doing story missions, and even the good components for stuff.
And like the Crimson Dawn outfit that you get for maxing them out, where it makes everybody harder to see you. I'm like, that's what I want. That's because that's the way I play this game. So it's like everything that brings down Crimson Dawn. Like I'm like, fuck it, I'm not doing that. But it's so overly sensitive too, and especially if you're already in the bad area for a particular faction, because like you're just fucking roaming around the planet on your speeder, and you just happen to cross over their territory. Number one, they start shooting at you. Number two, it says trespassing, and it goes down even further. It's like whatever. I can't deal with this shit.
Once you know especially in like the main hubs, there's secret ways to go into every single base that makes that so much easier to deal with, because I used to be afraid to get anything that would make me go into like a bad or poor area that from a faction, but I'm like, once you find those, which are never really that hidden, they're always to the left or to the right of wherever the main gate is. They're always there. And then it's like, okay,
oh look, there's the main gate. Oh, what's this little pathway? And there's a vent. Oh, okay, cool. That's how that works.
Sorry, one more thing from Jeff's boat of bitching, or whatever the hell I called it. We talked about the GP. You brought up the GPS thing last week, Chris. I think it was you. Mm-hmm. No, okay. There's a planet which I'm sure you're not on yet. It's I'm
still on the first one, so I absolutely am not.
Okay, so it's not the Not Hoth planet. It's the Not Krishik or whatever planet. It's kind of like foresty.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not called that, but it's that. And it's the speeder, there's a lot of speeder stuff on there, and like narrow pathways, and you can even get the speeder on like water at some point, like deep water. Not having a GPS for that planet fucking sucks, because I got sick of pulling up the map, being like, if I take this fork, am I going to end up my destination? I think so. You go and you're like, oh shit, no, I'm not. Bring up the map again. So it just totally kills the momentum of being on a speeder. Yeah. And every game since the first Saints Row, because I remember that Saints Row was the first open world game that did this, and everyone was like, oh shit, GTA doesn't do that. And then every open world game did it since then. Just put a small minimap with the line to follow to it. It's not going to take away the realism. It's a GPS, and it makes would make the speeder way more fun.
Yeah,
I'm stepping off the boat now. I actually do like this game. I just feel like I feel like we need to tell people these things, so they're not going in being like it's going to be awesome. Like, because it sounds bad too. Let's be negative, so people aren't going into it. If you can deal with all these things, you'll like the game. You just have to have a tolerance for them and be like, know what you're getting into.
For me, these are nitpicks. Like I'm still very much enjoying the game. Some of them are.
That GPS one is more than it. It makes the speeder not fun on that planet. I'm just like, ugh, constantly bringing up the map.
I mean, it's not much better in the mountain area, because you always you never realize what hill you have to go up to get to where you want to go. So
yeah.
I have to say that Kay has grown on me, though. I like the main character. She's fun. I like the way she interacts with everybody else. And I literally just, like, the last mission I did, because I didn't get to play yesterday, but the last mission I did was where you're introduced to, I don't think it's a spoiler because they've kind of put him everywhere. But the droid that you meet, I just met him.
He's on the cover. He's on the box art.
Yeah, he's on the cover. So the droid in the fucking trench coat, he's awesome, right? So I just met him. So that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, it's still fun. I still like sneaking around and taking out stormtroopers, because fuck them.
Yep. Very cool.
Likey.
All stormtroopers are bastards.
Right. And considering how bad they shoot and like everything else, it's amazing how quick they can kill you in this game.
I know, no kidding. It's like they're really good shots in this fucking game.
Cool. I'm sure we'll talk about it more next week.
Yeah.
Anything else, Chris?
For me, no. That's it.
That is it. All right. Well, then you guys want
Travis, what about you? News? Anything else?
No, that was it.
Okay. Do we have some news?
We do have some news. Just a couple things. One we'll have probably more of a discussion about compared to the other one. The first one is we spoke about those Marvelous Capcom collections and the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. They were skipping Xbox. The reason being was something to do with, because they run on the MT framework engine. And apparently when Microsoft basically killed the Xbox One, they killed any type of support for that. And because these games technically are Xbox One games and they're PS4, it's PS4. Yep. Something to do with that. They couldn't get certification. I don't know, something weird. They couldn't get up and running. People did make enough of a stink about it though. So something was done, and now they are coming to Xbox One. So there you go.
Oh, good for them.
And I just bought that adapter. I'm not going to return it though, because I think I want to stick for the PS5 regardless.
Yeah, so this is not going to be the last time that it's going to be up in the air whether or not something comes to the Xbox. So
exactly, especially when it comes to like fighting games.
Yep.
So yeah, they're coming in 2025. So I think the Capcom Fighting Collection, the one with Capcom versus SNK, that should be on day one. But the Marvel versus stuff, that's next year for Xbox, this year for PS4.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And the other one is Concord. You guys played that game? We played a lot of it last week.
Did not play it.
No, I did not play it either, actually.
What game?
I was going to get into it, like, I don't know, like next week or something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I should give it a shot. Like,
I'm waiting for it to go on sale.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, you have one day, actually. Because they're shutting it down as of tomorrow. So when you're hearing this, it's already shut down. I think they might have stopped selling it immediately, actually, when they made the announcement.
So. Yeah, and they refunded everybody already.
They did refund everybody, full refund. Even if you have it physically, you can bring it into the store that you got it from, and they are being told that you will get a refund as well.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not just you got it digitally.
At its peak, something like 700 concurrent players. I mean, it did on arrival, and Sony just said we've seen enough.
Yeah, they just pulled the fucking plug, and
there was no
old
waiting.
Yeller edition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was they did not need much time to send it off to pasture. Shocking.
How long was that game in development? It's been
8 years.
It's 5 years.
8 years?
8 years?
Well,
Holy
8 years
shit.
early since concept, and they bought the company like 4 or 5 years ago. Firewalk Studios, is that what they are?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Sony bought them in like 2020 or 2019 for Concord, and then this happens.
Oh, damn.
They did release a statement. I'm not going to read the statement because I'm sure people listening have heard it or seen it enough, but they basically said that they're going to be reevaluating the model and all that kind of stuff, and they're giving everyone a refund. But I don't think this is coming back out. I think it is dead because I think people are kind of like, hey, it might go free to play. A lot of games do that. They come out at a cost, and then they're like, oh, this ain't working, free to play, let's go.
Sure. Yeah.
Sometimes it works. I mean, Foam Stars just did it.
Yeah, but those games stay up while that transition takes place. This is like pulling the rug out from underneath.
And I think that's what surprises me is that they didn't just say, okay, we're going to make it free to play and refund everybody, and at least see what your player base becomes. Because it has microtransactions too, right? Like there's other ways for that to make money.
I think
battle passes.
Okay. Yeah, and I think season 2 was supposed to be like in January or something. I can't remember.
It seemed like there were more issues than just what like the model was concerned about, right? Like I never heard anybody was having a good time playing that game.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good.
Oh, really? Okay.
No,
yeah. Yeah. Oh,
really?
Did you say you didn't hear anyone was playing a game?
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't hear any positive.
I mean,
or really negative, I guess. But
reviewed well.
Did it? Okay.
People. The only big complaint I heard about it was some balancing issues, and the time to kill was a bit too high, especially with stuff like sniper rifles. Like you'd have to snipe someone like 3 or 4 times to get a kill, which is ridiculous if you have a sniper rifle. I just think it was too much Overwatch. And in an oversaturated market, and the bad word of mouth from that beta just killed it. I think
Overwatch can't even Overwatch anymore.
No, Overwatch can't. That's so true. Yeah, Overwatch 2, like a lot of people weren't happy with that, and it had a big player drop. But dude, like not even 700. That's some next level shit when you really think about it. That is insane. And a couple people who got access to like sales, whatever, they estimate that it didn't even sell 25,000 copies across both platforms.
Fuck.
I don't understand. Like, I feel like a AAA game accidentally sells more than that somehow. And
it wasn't like they weren't marketing this either. Like they did the whole controller thing for this too, and I don't know how well that controller sold. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't know. I didn't even know what it was. Like that when the controller was. If you go look at that Concord controller, like
I have no idea. I don't think I've seen it.
It looks fine.
Oh, really? It does. But here's the thing. Hold on, I want to pull it up real quick.
Sure.
Like when I look at it, the first thing that I think of is fucking Wipeout.
Oh, okay. That just makes me more depressed.
Yeah, like the first thing I think of when I look at the controller is Wipeout. And I don't know if you've seen this. I'll put a link in the chat for you guys, but
yeah, I don't think they marketed it enough. Even
really,
people like Captain Harlock, like, and a couple people like you guys know of, like we were talking about this in a WhatsApp, and he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I've never heard of that game. I'm just like, what? Like, okay. I think you really had to have like your ears to the ground type thing for this game. And I think Sony knew that late, and they were like, we're not spending any more money on this, and I don't think they're gonna try. And they have good news. Like Astrobot's hitting tomorrow. The PS Pro is probably going to be announced next week. Like that's positive stuff for them. I think they're just gonna be like, fucking forget about it. Wash our hands of it. No one's gonna care anymore. No one's gonna care in a few days. So Yeah.
I mean, you're probably right. That's the thing. It's like there was such a small player base to begin with. You didn't really betray a whole lot of people.
Yeah, they're not giving a lot of refunds.
Say it like that, but that's kind of where it is, right? Yeah, and they gave them all refunds. So,
and you got to feel for the developers for like they've been working
and
on for a long time.
That's really my big thing is like the people that put their heart and soul into this game, and believed in the business model. Like that's the really big thing. It's like the people who said, "Hey, this is a great business model." Yeah, but it's a business model that's already populated with a game that's
free.
Yeah, that's free. Exactly. Yeah. It's like you're not going to come out of the gate with a $40 game and beat Overwatch 2. It's just not going to happen.
There are those
people.
You're
not even going to beat Mag because that's like what 3 games full of Mag.
Seriously, yes, that's so true.
If everybody's playing at the same time, we can.
And if we want to go like a low ball, like Redfall had more players than that. Like yesterday, it's like,
oh man.
Well, I doubt it. I don't think they have like 700 now. There's no way. At launch, definitely, but fuck, what was I gonna say?
There's a bigger conversation to be had about this and like the bubble, as it were. But this is concerning. This is really concerning that Sony can spend this much money, not advertise it, and have it bomb this bad,
and then just kill it.
Yeah, and then just completely kill it. It's coming off the heels of like there's so many layoffs in the industry and like the trial or the Mana game that it's like got released and then
the day of
the day of and you just released a bunch of people. Up. It's scary. It's
have they made any announcements about the studio?
No,
they haven't, right?
Yet. No.
I hope they got some working on something else because
yeah.
I mean, there's no way they're gonna close. Like, that's a big write-off. It's
a big studio, right? It's a pretty big studio, and like the big thing is like if you look at the game, like if you actually look at the game, you can tell they're talented. So
the game looked good. Like I've seen people play it. Like it wasn't like a trash fire game.
Yeah, it's just a bad business model. It was a that was just
I don't even know the business models. Bad business decision. Yeah, I was gonna say releasing a game as long as you get some like me and Jason are talking about like we bought Space Marine, which is technically the same model. It's just Space Marine. It's not Concord with a bunch of it's like I mean, if you didn't really, it looked like a bunch of rejects that didn't get accepted in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like that's what the characters look like.
Yes. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. No one's gonna like relate to them, or no one's like they all look okay. Like, and there's a whole bunch of shit with the DEI stuff about this game too, which I don't think had an effect on the sales. Like that stuff doesn't spread enough to like the casual market and like to the huge like install base for people to even know that. Yeah. But you have to make your characters aesthetically pleasing in some way or form. I get it. You can make the males and the females like you can make them not as attractive like to their looks, but if they look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, like it's just no one's gonna like if one character's fine, but
there were very similar silhouettes between a lot of the characters, and silhouettes are a big thing when you're doing like an at a glance kind of game like Overwatch or whatever, or any kind of first person shooter. When you have a lot of the same models, it becomes very, very, very samey and just not pleasing to play.
No. And yeah, it's first person, but you're still looking at all the other ones. Like it's still something you have to take. And it's just, I don't know, whatever. It sucks. Hopefully they do get something else they're working on. And if I'm fucking Bungie right now, I'm shitting my pants because Marathon is what they're doing. And that's another games of service game. Havoc Studios, is it? Haven Studios, the Jade Raymond one. I'm not sure if Sony owns them or if Sony just bought the Witch. Sorry, Travis.
It's not a safe haven, that's for sure.
It's another like extraction shooter or game service game. They showed it at Game Awards. They showed like a CG trailer. It's like 4 young adults like breaking into like a bank type deal. It's Jade Raymond's new studio. It's her new game. Sony bought it. I'm not sure if they bought the studio or just the IP or whatnot.
It looks like they did buy the studio, yeah.
Okay, then so that's another one.
But it is Jade Raymond's. I'm looking for the game that they're making. I don't see it yet. So
it's called oh my god, I can't remember. It's fucking I don't know. It's one of those you'll hear it and you'll be like, oh, of course it's called that. Like it's so generic that you can't remember it. Hot Vault something? No.
Hot Vault.
Hot Vault. Yes, Hot Vaults.
Like
I'm trying to delay this while Chris still looks. I'm hoping he gets it soon.
No, let's keep rolling with this.
The studio's debut title is to be Fair Games?
Yes, Fair Games. That's it.
Fair Games?
Fair Games.
Yeah. And S is with a money sign, right? I'm not like that's actually. I think it is. Like that's not a.
Wow. Well, that's not going to show up in the Wikipedia.
All I've seen is the name, and I'm already done. Yeah,
and
it's
all we've seen
sign.
is a trailer on
it's that,
and that's been in the works for a while. So that's two big ones.
Introducing Fair Games, a competitive heist experience.
Payday.
Yeah. There's another Payday, which was pretty successful. I'm not sure if 3 is.
The third one. Three was not. 3 was like trashed. Yeah.
I'm beginning to think that Jim Ryan got the boot and didn't step down.
That's generally how it goes sometimes, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was allowed to say he stepped down, but I'm thinking it's not a legit retirement. I think they were like, you're out. We'll let you say you're stepping down because this is all under him. All these decisions were him. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying it's all happening, but I think they foresaw this. They were like, what do we have that's not this? And they're like, well, this ain't working. Except for Helldivers. Helldivers 2 was great.
Yeah, Helldivers are great.
There you go. How you throw enough shit at the wall, some sticks. Helldivers 2 was the games as a service game that sticked, and that just means mathematically the other ones probably aren't. Bring back SOCOM. That could be a good,
Yeah, bring back SOCOM.
I'd be okay with that. Like SOCOM was actually the first game I ever. Well, no, that's not true. First game I ever played on my PlayStation 2 online. But first online game was Diablo 1.
Oh well, yeah.
So,
oh wow.
And then probably PSO.
Oh, well, we'll transition quickly into another news story that I totally forgot about. Is the president of Sony right now? He said that they don't have any IP, their own IP. I'm like, motherfuckers, what are you talking about? You have Resistance, you have Infamous, you have fucking Killzone.
There's so much, dude.
You have fucking Sly Cooper, you have Jack and Daxter. Like, you can literally rattle off like 50 fucking IP.
Yeah, what? Bloodborne, do something with it.
Bloodborne, people.
Yeah, no shit, man.
Like, you don't have to throw a lot of money at it. You can literally just do what you did with Demon Souls with Bloodborne, and it'll sell enough to cover it, most likely. But probably not, because games cost a lot.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's the news.
All right.
Happy to talk about?
What's that? Anything happy to talk about?
Is there any happy news? Bummer.
I mean, the industry's not very happy right now. I gotta admit, it's hard.
Sucks.
Yeah,
there's layoffs literally every week. Like there was more this week.
Seems that way.
Like Rocksteady lost some people this week, and
oh shit,
not fun.
Well, anything else before we wrap up?
I'm gonna go play some Monster Hunter.
Yeah, therapy games.
InDis
therapy. It's Monster Hunter time.
A quick thing. This will cheer up Chris. I'm part of the Clam Club.
Mm-hmm.
I just remembered the other day that I have fucking not Dracula X, fucking Rondo on there, and I was like, I've never played Rondo.
Oh, bro,
so I started playing that. Yeah, it's good.
It's great. Play a lot of it, great. Yeah. And every stage has multiple paths too, so that's really cool.
I remember playing the PSP one a long time ago.
Nice.
This is like the OG.
Good stuff. Awesome. Well, that's it for us then. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please tell a few friends about us. Like, subscribe, and comment. We appreciate those things, and they all help us. They help us with the algorithm. The algorithm of RNGesus that is YouTube. And check out our Linktree at interactivedistractions.com. From there, you can get to our Discord and come and chat with us. And if you want to come by Patreon and support us, we appreciate that too. But that is it. So until next time, my name is Chris.
I'm Travis.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Play your games, and we'll talk to you next week.